Black Bandit, KJ Green. Wait a minute. Are we on the right day? Of course we're on the right day. It's Thanksgiving. So we're not going to do a whole full show. That'll be later in the week. So, buckle your seatbelts, put on your crash helmets. We're just doing picks right now. So, Sports from Hoodwood, a special Thanksgiving edition. Let's go.
Sports from the Hoodwood, the internet's foremost location for the most honest, unfiltered commentary and insight on the world of sports. Now, once again, here's Hoodwood's hometown hero, KJ Green.
Greetings from the Hoodwood, where I'm trying to keep Snuffy out of the stuffing. For some reason, he likes stuffing for some reason over the holidays. I'm your man, KJ Green, welcoming you to a special edition of Sports from the Hoodwood. We're just going to do some Thanksgiving picks here because there's 4 games coming across. And of course, from my hood to yours, please accept my warmest Thanksgiving greetings. Now, Thanksgiving is a cherished holiday, and there's nothing like eating heartily while watching football. I mean, as far back as anybody can remember, football and Thanksgiving go together like peanut butter and jelly, peas and carrots, the whole 9 yards. Now, the tradition of football on the fourth Thursday in November dates back to the NFL's beginnings in 1920, but the Detroit Lions have hosted the game since 1934, and with only a couple of years missed during the Second World War, and they've done every Thanksgiving since 1945. Now, the Dallas Cowboys took up the Thanksgiving mantle as well, with games starting in 1966, and with the puzzling exception of games in 1975 and 77 in St. Louis, which didn't get the kind of ratings draw that the NFL wanted, Dallas has hosted the second game every year since. Now, the AFL had their own Thanksgiving Day games in the 60s and also a twin bill of games before the merger, but mostly it's been Dallas and Detroit hosting the Thanksgiving Day games. Now, the NFL added a third primetime game in 2006, which had no fixed opponents, but with the exception of the COVID Adult 2020 contest, has been a primetime fixture for the last 17 years. Now, last year, the NFL announced that the games that we're playing on Thanksgiving would be branded the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration to honor the memory of the head coach and longtime broadcaster who passed away in December of 2021. The Thanksgiving Day games get an extra fixture to the schedule, as they're now being a Friday game played. Now, the NFL has generally avoided playing games on Friday to avoid conflicts with high school and colleges, and have only played 8 games on Fridays since 1978. But they decided to make this Black Friday game a fixture. You would be really surprised at a team that volunteered and wanted to play this Friday game, the Cincinnati Bengals. Their hands shot up quickly and wanted a home game on the Friday after Thanksgiving, traditionally against their arch-rival Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the NFL shooed them away from that, but said they would consider having them on future Friday after Thanksgiving Day games. Now, in an ironic twist, all 4 games that are being played over Thanksgiving and Black Friday are divisional games. So, 3 games today are being NFC games, and then the Friday game being an AFC game. Now, of course, all these picks for your approval, and review are provided with the odds by ESPN for entertainment and comparison purposes only. If you lose your shopping money betting the lines, that's all on you. Don't come calling to me. I might have a plate of fiction for you, but that's about it. Don't ask me for any money. Let's go for the November 23rd games, the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration games. First game on the docket is the 4-6 Packers at the 8-2 Lions at Ford Field in Detroit. 12:30 kickoff on Fox. The Lions are 7.5-point favorites. Last week, the Lions defeated the Bears 31-26, while the Packers defeated the Chargers 24-20. Now, the fast fact here is the Lions have won the last 4 meetings between the two teams, dating back to a season-ending 37-30 upset at the tail end of the 2021 season, which was an otherwise forgettable 3-13-1 season for the Lions. Now, these same Lions have not won a Turkey Day game since 2016, but are looking more and more like a bona fide contender. they're relishing a chance to continue to bully a once longtime tormentor in the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Lions at home are pretty much a sure bet, and looking to further bury the NFC North, whom they have a 2.5 game lead up on the Minnesota Vikings. They are looking easily for a chance to bury a Packers team who has not played well, and because the Chargers gave that game away from them, have basically been getting games, not necessarily winning them, but trying not to lose them. Lions, I think, are a pretty safe bet here. The pick here is Detroit. The afternoon game, I should say, the late afternoon game, is the 4-7 Commanders at the 7-3 Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. 4:30 kickoff on CBS. The Cowboys are 12.5-point favorites. Last week, the Commanders lost to the Giants 31-19, while the Cowboys defeated the Packers 33-10. The Cowboys, in the fast fact, the Cowboys have lost the... Try that again. Fast fact here is the Cowboys have won the last 3 Thanksgiving meetings with Washington. Now, the Pokes have been beating up weak competition, and to be honest, I don't see why they won't sleepwalk their way through another. The Commanders always get up for a match with their ancient hated rivals, and they should give it a go. But the Pokes at home on Thanksgiving is a fairly safe, sure bet. Dak Prescott has been playing very well, and CeeDee Lamb will torment the very weak Commanders secondary. I always want to call them the Redskins or just call them Washington, but it's the Commanders. And CeeDee Lamb will have his way, and so will the Cowboys. The pick here is Dallas. The nightcap for the Thanksgiving games is the 7-3 49ers at the 6-4 Seahawks at Lumen Stadium in Seattle. 8:20 kickoff on NBC. The 49ers are 7.5-point favorites. Last week, the 49ers defeated the Buccaneers 27-14, while the Seahawks defeated the Rams 17-16. Now, fast fact here is these teams have only played on Thanksgiving a total of 9 times between the two of them. The last time either one of them played on Turkey Day was each other when the Seahawks beat the Niners 19-3 in 2014. Have the Niners got their swagger back? Looks like it. After a 3-game lull in which they scored 17 points in each loss, they bounced back to whip a pair of seemingly overmatched Florida teams in the Jags and the Bucks. Now they head north to face a Seahawks team that escaped LA by the slimmest of margins. Now the Seahawks offense is bordering on the inconsistent, if not just outright suspect, and facing a defense that has been further bolstered by the acquisition of Chase Young. This has the makings of a heartburn game for the home team. Just like when you got a little bit too much of that turkey, too much of it, and I hit you right there. That's what it's going to feel like with Seattle. The pick here is San Francisco. The Friday game is the 7-3 Dolphins taking on the 4-6 Jets at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff on Amazon Prime. The Dolphins are 9.5-point favorites. Last week, the Dolphins defeated the Raiders 20-13, while the Jets lost to the Bills 32-6. Fast fact, this is the first day after Thanksgiving NFL game. So the Dolphins-Jets are making a little bit of history. As mentioned before, there were a surprisingly lot of teams that wanted this game, and the NFL is kind of running this as kind of a test balloon to see the reception. Don't be shocked to see more games played on the day after Thanksgiving, like a doubleheader. As for this game, the Dolphins look more and more like they're going to be the dominant team in the AFC East, while the Jets are continuing to be haunted by poor quarterback play as Zach Wilson has been benched, as announced by Jets head coach Robert Saleh. This game should be more of a turkey than anything that you'll have on Thanksgiving, with the Dolphins being simply the better team on both sides of the ball. The pick here is Miami. There you have it. 4 games. Last week, we went 9-5 with the lock and Thursday game correct, upset incorrect, 104-58 overall on the season, 10-1 on locks, 5-6 on upsets. I'll repeat those stats for the major picks on Saturday. That's when I will post another video. It'll be a full show of Sports from Hoodwood, which will have a few questions. Will the OSU Michigan game be an eliminator? Are we headed for a CFP crisis? NFL coaches that are on the hot seat, and why James Madison and Jacksonville State are getting shafted by the NCAA. You already know how about my views of the NCAA. We'll examine 2 teams that you may have not heard about that should be in a bowl game, but aren't. That'll on the Saturday edition of Sports in the Hoodwood. See you then. Until next time, fellow sports fans, I'm KJ Green.
The Hoodwood
is a Black Bandit Productions and Enterprises presentation
of a 551 Audio and Films production.